As my climb in the doubles ranked ladder in Pokémon Champions continues, I've begun to realize that some of my Pokémon have become more useful than others. Now, this is pretty par for the course for most competitive teams, and while this isn't inherently a bad thing, it does mean that the amount of times that I'll willingly select certain Pokémon to participate is starting to decrease. Additionally, the more that I tried to climb the ladder, the more that I started recognizing opposing teams and specific Pokémon that were causing me to struggle. While my own team is capable of countering each common threat in the metagame in a specific way, there are a fair share of other Pokémon whom I can only defeat if I fall into very specific circumstances. So, with all that in mind, I've opted to reevaluate my team and see if there are some countermeasures that I can apply so that I'm better suited to deal with these common threats. Upon further evaluation, it appeared that the least common member of my doubles team at the moment was, sadly, all Creamy. I hardly brought her to any of my battles. Her primary role was to be a support Pokémon whose signature move, Decorate, could boost the offensive stats of my more bulky defensive Pokémon. Then she could use Light Screen or Baby Doll Eyes for further support. More often than not, I couldn't reliably bring these strategies to fruition. For the time being, I think it is best to bench all Creamy. Sorry, my little flower cake. Perhaps another time will be more suitable for you. So, that now begs the question, which Pokemon should take that slot instead? Well, the most optimal pick would be a choice that could better counter the opposing Pokemon that already counter me. And most recently, and most commonly, the two main threats in the metagame that have been giving me trouble are good old Charizard and Venusaur, namely their Mega forms. Mega Charizard Y sets up Sun, boosting his Fire-type moves, allowing him to easily fry my Pokemon with Heat Wave. And Mega Venusaur is very bulky, and its ability Thick Fat reduces the damage of Fire and Ice-type moves. Ordinarily, I'd counter opposing Pokemon with my own bulky Pokemon, and my team just doesn't fare well against Venusaur. And Alcremie certainly wasn't suitable to fight either of these Pokemon. Since she served a supporting role, that meant that if the Pokemon she was supporting went down, then there was nothing more that she could do to provide to the team. In looking at my selection of available Pokemon to find a replacement, I opted to go for Arcanine as my counter pick. Specifically, my Hisuian Arcanine, Blast. His Fire Rock typing makes him able to withstand both Mega Charizard Y's and Mega Venusaur's attacks, as long as the latter isn't using Earth Power. And if Mega Venusaur's Thick Fat ability is an issue, then I can just run Arcanine with Psychic Fangs to deal with such an issue. Plus, Arcanine having the Intimidate ability is just already inherently useful to any other potential oncoming heavy hitters. He also works well along his teammates, with Milotic, Meganium, and Goodra able to cover his water weakness, Meganium and Milotic able to cover his ground weakness, and Zoroark able to cover his fighting weakness. And on top of it all, I can actually run Arcanine a bit on the bulky side too. So, as I continue my climb up the ranked doubles ladder, I'm setting all Creamy aside and rotating Arcanine onto the team. Here's hoping this rocky mutt provides the inches that I need to reach that glorious Master Ball rank. Let's give him a try. Game on! Got a blast! From here to the stars to buy candy bars. Alright, and then it should be this, one of these berries, there you go, that resists ground type moves. I've only got so many options. Otherwise, I'd probably run Arcanine with an Assault Vest. I ran base Arcanine with an Assault Vest back in Sword and Shield. I don't know how useful it would be in here in Pokemon Champions. In the future, I might. We'll see how Arcanine does. Let's see. Alright, well, instinctively, I want to bring Milotic, primarily because of the Incineroar, but also because my opponent has a lot of physical attackers, also alongside Kingambit, Tyranitar, and Kommo-o. So I probably won't bring Arcanine to this. I'll probably do Weavile, Zoroark, and then Milotic, Goodra. I have to have Zoroark disguised as Goodra, because if he starts with Incineroar, it's going to give away that's probably not Milotic. I could run Milotic with Marvel Scale, and that shows up in doubles sometimes. It's just more optimal to run Milotic with competitive to counter all the Intimidate users, such as Incineroar. So this is pretty vanilla. Arcanine, you'll have a chance another time, my boy. For now, just because I have Arcanine on the team, doesn't mean I need to try to incorporate him in every battle. And Arcanine probably could be good here. It's the Kommo-o that kind of worries me, and if I don't immediately KO the Tyranitar, then it's going to KO Arcanine. Intimidate is a fantastic ability to have. And, oh yeah, that's the other thing too, he had Kingambit. If I intimidated it, that would have been an issue. Alright, another time, Arcanine. Let's go for it! Okay. Probably should have started with Milotic, but I wasn't certain. You can start with Incineroar, and some people also keep one in the back. Probably is going to go for Parting Shot or something. So, I will Fake Out Kingambit, and if Incineroar tries to use Fake Out, it'll be slower, and then we will Focus Blast, also the Kingambit. Alright, let's just get that thing out of here. And if he switches into Gengar, I'm kind of in trouble, aren't I? I didn't even think about that till after I locked into my moves. I don't think he's going to switch it into Gengar. He doesn't see Focus Blast coming. You don't predict the Focus Blast. You're really thinking, though. You're really taking your time. Okay, no, you don't predict the Focus Blast. Okay. And then if you try to Fake Out the Goodra, you'll be in for a real surprise. Let's see. Oh, it's a Weavile. Yep. Fine with me. Okay. And then... my god! Oh, I was gonna say, I thought I missed. I was gonna say, no freaking way. All right. Really? I mean, I know he had a berry. I'm quad super effective. Is it that bulky? Oh my god, of course I get the special defense drop and I don't need it. Well, Weavile will outspeed. I'm not worried about that. Cool. Okay, now there's still the chance he goes for Sucker Punch, and that's definitely going to KO Zoroark if that's the case. So I should switch into the real... I should probably switch into Milotic in the off chance that he uses Parting Shot on it. So let's give it a try, and that way, if he uses Sucker Punch straight onto what he believes to be Goodra, it won't work. Are you checking right now to see if Goodra can learn Focus Blast? You ever seen a Goodra use Focus Blast? Well, today you have. Trust me, if I had access to any other special fighting type move, and I think the only other one is Aura Sphere, I would absolutely use that. Even so, I used the more powerful of the two, and it still didn't KO you. Incineroar going back, well that's fine. That means when you send Incineroar in later, I'm gonna get Intimidated, and that'll boost my Milotic's special attack stat. Cool, got it. So I'm glad I planned around that, and now we will Throat Chop you. Great, King Gambit's down. 3 Pokemon remain, one of them is Incineroar, which will boost my Milotic stats, so this is looking pretty clean for me. All right, and then Gengar, hello. Boy, am I glad to see you. Especially since I've got Weavile on the field now and Zoroark in the back later. Now, Weavile is at -1 attack. I guess I should, yeah. So Weavile is about to be at -2 attack. Oh, wait, the Incineroar doesn't have Intimidate. Really? You have a Blaze Incineroar. Guess I can't check, can I? Whatever, then I'm at neutral attack. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll just go for Coil. Why not? Alright, well, so much for that. Okay. Mega Gengar, I'm not worried, I still outspeed, and it turns out you never lowered my attack, so ideally, I should be able to one-hit KO you. Oh, I guess Incineroar is gonna go for Fake Out this turn, isn't he? Yeah, it's... Oops. Sorry, I should know better. I didn't. I'm not worried. Ah, good old Perish Trap, an all-reliable strategy. Well, only problem is, you have 3 Pokemon left and I've got 4. You're gonna have to switch out and then switch out again unless you don't mind sacrificing your Pokemon. Usually you'd want to start your battles with this, and usually you pair the Perish Song user with another Trapper. I guess Gengar can do it all on his own. Okay. And then you're probably gonna Protect or something. So I'll just go for Mighty Water. Let's see what we got. Very interesting that your Incineroar doesn't have Intimidate. And I guess you don't need to. It's just Intimidate is what really equips Incineroar with becoming one of the best Pokemon of the game. It allows him to better lean into his bulk. I take it you're not going for Parting Shot then, right? Or I guess if you were, you'd use it on Weavile. Okay, there it goes. And here's Como-O. All right, that's fine. So this won't do a lot. Get Protect. Yep, that's usually how it goes. So Incineroar is no longer affected by the Perish Song, and then you're gonna switch out Gengar in the last turn. Is that the plan? So be it. So the goal then is just to take out your ally in the meantime. I think you're doing the Perish Song strategy a little incorrectly. Let's see if I get the accuracy drop at least. Okay. And also, if you're just gonna KO Weavile with Como-O, which I think you're about to do, then there's no point in using Perish Song. It'll take out my Milotic, I guess, but then it allows me to freely switch into something else. Fortunately for myself, I've got Triple Axle. And then we will go ahead and... I could go straight for the Blizzard. I'll try that, in case I don't hit all 3 times with Triple Axle, so it checks for potential miss. And Gengar could go for the Double Protect. I don't think it's going to. And if he switches into Incineroar or something, well then great. Now I can switch out my Pokemon, and then I'm immune to the Perish Song. Okay, now if you stayed in. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Works for me. Boy, you are lucky your Incineroar doesn't have Intimidate, or my Milotic would be about to be at +4 special attack by now. Okay. Substitute. I see. Yeah, that's an interesting take on it. My Blizzard probably won't break that, because I've got no special attack boosts. All of my Milotic's EVs are in defenses, so that probably won't do much. Oh, but now it did do enough, for the record. Now your problem is, your Gengar is about to die to its own Perish Song. Oops. So that's on you. I didn't use Perish Song. You used Perish Song. I think you did it wrong. I understand why you'd want to start with Incineroar. It's you don't have Intimidate on it. So I may as well lean into this. You're probably gonna use Fake Out. It don't matter. We'll do this, and then we will do. May as well just go for an attack, right? If he uses Fake Out, he can't fake them both out. Yep, Gengar using Protect. All right. And if you were wise, you would use Fake Out onto Milotic. Yeah, okay, that's fine. No worries. My Pokemon in the back can take care of this Incineroar. I mean, it would have been a lot easier with Milotic, but whatever. All right, Weavile, it's been a pleasure. I salute you. Milotic. Oh no, Gengar next, sorry, because it goes in order of speed. Gengar, down. Has not been a pleasure. Glad to see you gone. Milotic, down. Lady, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. I brought you to counter Incineroar. Ironically, doesn't really matter. Okay, I'll put you on the right just to mix things up. Alright, here we go. Alright. There we go, yeah, that way it's Goodra on Goodra. And so he won't know which one's the real Goodra! Oh, that's awesome, I love that. Okay, then we'll go for Chilling Water. And then, I guess just Focus Blast, right? Should only need to connect 2 at most. Hopefully just the 1. We will see. No way, man! Oh my god, if I had access to any other fighting move, I would use it. And you guessed correctly. I guess you can maybe tell. Dude, I don't even want to have to use Focus Blast. I really don't. I don't have another option. I can't learn Aura Sphere. Whatever. That's for you. Now you're at -1 attack. I imagine you're a pretty vanilla Incineroar. You're probably going to have Darkest Lariat, Fire move of your choice, probably Flare Blitz. You had Fake Out already. So we do Acid Spray this turn, and that way on the next turn, I can hopefully KO you with a Chilling Water. Because that one already did 20% if I bring you down to -2 special defense. That, and also I deal a little bit of damage to you here. That should be enough to take you out. Oh yeah, this is going to be great. Now, you probably still outspeed me, even though my Gooey just lowered your speed stage by 1. That's how much this does. So that, as a neutral hit, did 8%. I mean, I guess the other thing to look at... I might need 2 more Chilling Waters. Even so, I'm not worried. This match could have been over if Focus Blast connected. Whatever. Whatever. I know, that's why people call it Focus Miss, right? No. So that really do be costing me matches. Okay? So this next move really shouldn't KO. Darkest Lariat, yep. I think Flare Blitz would deal more damage, but you might be afraid to do recoil damage to yourself. Do you know Flare Blitz? I guess we haven't seen that from you. I don't know what to expect from you. You're not even running Intimidate on this thing. Alright. Whatever. This ought to do the trick then. Right, because I went from 72 to 35, so I did a little more than 35%. Did 37%, so this should be the end. Goodbye. Thank you. Works for me. It wasn't a critical hit. See, that would have been nice a turn ago. Whatever. I guess I should be glad that I got a critical hit, but it means nothing if you give it to me when it doesn't matter. It only matters when it matters. You know what I mean? Being really redundant here. Anyway, that was a nice match. Thank you for the match. All right, and now we continue climbing. Oh, see, and because I got that critical hit, I've now landed 50 critical hits. Well, isn't that nice? All right, we are still climbing. I'd like an opportunity to give Arcanine a chance to shine. If it's not necessary, it's not necessary. I won't force it. I think just having Arcanine on my team, if nothing else, is a good deterrent. Ah, here we go. Here's an Arcanine match. Because I see Charizard and Venusaur. Okay. I think I should still start with Weavile and Zoroark. I think that's the play. I mean, I should probably bring Milotic as well because he has Incineroar once again, right? So, should the last Pokemon be Arcanine or should it be Goodra? I think I've grown a little too comfortable with this exact combination. I keep playing most of my matches like this, and while maybe that could attest to the powerful nature of that combination, I should grow more comfortable running alternate composition so I can learn what that looks like, right? So we'll do Arcanine third, then who's number 4? Who should Zoroark be disguised as? Goodra? I guess so, forfeit Milotic, because Milotic would really only do good against the Incineroar. It's just whenever I see Incineroar, my mind goes to Milotic. I guess I would have a similar thought if I saw other Intimidate users, like if I saw an opposing Arcanine. So, or Gyarados even, yeah. Alright, Sneasler and Incineroar. Okay, well I didn't bring Milotic. Hopefully I don't regret that decision. As far as you're concerned, it's just Weavile and Goodra. See, that Incineroar has Intimidate. Yeah, I got to pay attention to that now. All right. Well, I will out-Fake Out you because Weavile is slightly faster than Sneasler, thank goodness. And then we will Bitter Malice you and see how that does. Alright, I'm ready if you're ready. You do not appear to be ready. You could go for all sorts of fake outs across the board. Let's see, so you've been faked out. Awesome. Alright, and then Incineroar, what's your plan? I guess we'll see in a moment. I guess no fake out then. Boom. Alright, so that lowers your attack stats. Awesome. White Herb? Yeah, okay. I always have to check to see if it's White Herb or Focus Sash. So White Herb, fine. Flare Blitz onto Weavile. You're just going straight for it. In many ways, I can respect it. In other ways, I'd like for you to be eliminated. I'm gonna prove that Incineroar strats don't work on me. Alright, that's mainly why. Oh yeah, I got your Focus Sash now. Whoop-de-doo. Not that it matters, because you just... Wait, Focus Sash and you used Flare Blitz. I guess there's only so many items, right? Okay, well, I'm locked into Bitter Malice. I will go for Protect this turn to call a bluff of sorts, and then we'll do Bitter Malice onto you. Okay? Because I can foresee either of them. At least one of them's going to go after Weavile. I feel pretty confident in that. I probably could have attacked, it's just Sneasler will now outspeed Weavile. So to check for that, Dire Claw works for me. Cool. And then we've established that Zoroark will go next. Sneasler is down. And look, I get it. Sneasler is a nice anchor Pokemon onto most teams, as is Incineroar, frankly. Just want like a fast, powerful... Okay, yep. Yeah, you saw I used Bitter Malice. My Zoroark's guys is up. No worries. The Sneasler is down. That was a bigger concern to me. I guess because you still have Incineroar on the field, now is a prime opportunity for me to bring out my Arcanine, right? Let's give it a try. Arcanine, now is your time. I suspect that Charizard's in the back. I don't think he's gonna bring Ninetales at this point. Right? It's gotta be Charizard and Venusaur in the back. Classic combination that Arcanine is well equipped to fight. Alright? What are you thinking about? Yeah, look at that. Okay, and who we got? Venusaur! Yeah, so I mean, I suppose it could still be Ninetales or Aerodactyl. I highly doubt that. Now, I am still at -1 attack. Gotta keep that in mind. I say you're not Mega Evolving that Venusaur. You're gonna say that for Charizard. So I could double down on the Venusaur. Probably better to go for Triple Axle. Yeah, because if you Mega Evolve, you get Thick Fat. If you don't, you get Chlorophyll. So, and then we'll Rock Slide you. Let's give this a try. Let's use Doubles' most famous move. That was wise of you to do. Arcanine should still outspeed, so there's a chance I can hit the Incineroar with Rock Slide and make him flinch. Let me see. Okay. Got it. Let's see if it connects with Incineroar. Oh my god, dude. Ugh. Not even worried. I got this. I got this. That Incineroar is at -1 attack, and I suppose he could switch it out and switch it back in, but now he knows what's about to happen, right? So I've got Goodra here. Alright, got my Hisui Pokemon on the field. I've only got 3 Hisuian Pokemon in my whole bubble, and I bring them all at once. Okay. Chilling Water you. And I guess I could just Flare Blitz you. I have Intimidate. I don't have Rockhead, so I'll take the recoil damage. And it might just be worth it just to get you out of here. I kind of wish you had the Drought set up already, but I guess that would mean you'd start out speeding me, right? So what do you say we just go for it and hope for the best, yeah? Oh my god. Oh my god! Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Shoulda gone for Rock Slide. Whatever. Okay. And let's see what the Incineroar does. The Incineroar is slower than my Goodra. That's embarrassing. Alright, there you go. Darkest Lariat, okay. But you're at -1 attack, that's how much it does. Go Arcanine! Yeah, fair deal of my EVs are in defense. Or HP in defense, rather. Okay. Well, it might still be worth going for Chilling Water, even if you are going to set the sun up by Mega Evolving your Charizard. Let's see how much this Rock Slide does. Mega Charizard Y will probably still outspeed me, because I don't have all my EVs invested in speed. So, we will now see how this looks. Because Mega Charizard Y usually runs, what? Solar Beam, Heat Wave, maybe another Fire-type move, maybe a Flying-type move, let's see. Okay, so there's the Droughts. Solar Beam. Let's see how much it does. It'll hit for neutral damage. You're a competent special attacker. I've got a lot of EVs in defense, and if I could hold an Assault Vest, I would, but I don't. Oh my god, I naturally survived with 1 HP! Boom, baby! Boom, baby, thank you! Now, that probably could have been avoided had I used Rock Slide on the previous turn instead of Flare Blitz. Still, I will take it. Thank you. which means my chilling water hits nothing. Can I hit the trainer with the chilling water? Probably real hot in the stadium right now. It's real hot in my apartment right now, that's for sure. All right, that leaves Venusaur, who's speed boosted by the sun. And I doubt you can hit them both. So you're probably gonna go after Arcanine, so I'm gonna use Acid Spray on you first so I can take you out the next turn with Flamethrower. Let's see how that looks. All right, ready if you're ready. Earth Power. Using my berries, I can take less than 1 HP! No worries. Good job, Arcanine. Good work. Using your rock typing to my advantage. All right. I'll have to poke one of my bubble. You're the only rock type I can use, because the only other rock type I ever use is Gigalith. And he ain't here yet. When he does arrive, I might use him for Sandstream shenanigans, but for now, we move. Okay? Sun boosted Flamethrower, and you're at -2 defense. You're probably gonna use Earth Power, and that shouldn't KO even with a critical hit. So I think that's GG, my man. All right, let's see how much it does just to satisfy my curiosity. Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Especially with leftovers. Especially fine. I guess that brings up another point. Because usually I would have Goodra hold Assault Vest, so if Goodra was holding Assault Vest, Arcanine would not. Well, then obviously one of them would hold Leftovers, one of them would hold Assault Vest. And I, probably put it on Goodra then, and I'd probably put Leftovers on Arcanine. Well, that works for me! Thank you! Hisuian Arcanine got to battle, and Hisuian Arcanine was victorious. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Nice. The more win streaks I get, the better! This is not my forever team. And frankly, it shouldn't be, because we're gonna get more Pokemon and more items and stuff, so the idea that this would be my final team is ludicrous. With that said, it does incorporate ideas and optimizations that I've had in the different games in which I've competed, and Weavile Zoroark is kind of a core of that. That's why I use them at the start of so many matches, and granted, I'm capitalizing on the fact that these are not best 2 out of 3. In a best 2 out of 3 format, this team performs considerably worse. Also, speaking of Zoroark, my opponent has one. That's exciting. Because of Volcarona, I feel as though Arcanine's got to show up here. So we'll do Weavile Zoroark, because I'm much too comfortable starting with that. Or sometimes I start with Milotic, but he doesn't have an Intimidate user, so there's no need here. And then we'll do Arcanine, because also Intimidate's good against the Tyranitar and Excadrill, and if I see either one of them, we'll switch them out. And then Goodra in the back. I think that's the way to do it. I might bring Meganium. Meganium to deal with Palafin, the Tyranitar, and maybe the Excadrill? I'll do Goodra. I think Goodra will be better equipped to deal with Palafin and better equipped to deal with Excadrill. And then Raichu is kind of a wild card. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe he thinks I'm bringing Meganium, and that's gonna cause him to bring certain Pokemon. I don't know. Otherwise, like, he probably looks at my team and he's like, oh man, my opponent, he's got Milotic and Meganium. I don't know how to deal with that. Well, I got news for you. I knew that you would think that my Milotic and Meganium are the main threats. They're at the top of my team order, after all. However, that's merely because I try to list my Pokemon in obtained order. Milotic is merely the oldest, not the anchor of my team, and I knew that you wouldn't know that. So, while you may have known that my team listing may psych you out, I knew that you would think that, and therefore I knew that you knew that I probably would be more straightforward. Therefore, I knew about that and went for a different strategy instead. Also, Raichu can learn Fake Out, I know that. If that's really Raichu. Could be Zoroark. So, as a precaution, we'll trick into it as well. Alright. Let's see what you're planning. Because I guess I'm not used to having to being on the other end of the Zoroark shtick. I know that I run Zoroark with Choice Scarf. I don't know if he does. And I know that I usually try to have Zoroark disguised as something more bulky. And there's nothing that's a dead giveaway about either of these Pokemon possibly being a Zoroark. Now he's thinking. He's spending his sweet old time thinking, okay, you're not Zoroark, because then that wouldn't have worked. Okay? So now, we trick Choice Scarf onto you. Doubling down onto you paid off. In hindsight, that probably wasn't a great strategy to go for. I went for it anyway. Figured you're probably going to go for Fake Out. Quick Claw! Boy, am I glad to have that. Close Combats, alright. Then you're probably not Zoroark either. Fairly confident that Zoroark can't learn Close Combat, so as far as I'm concerned, you're both real, and Zoroark may not actually be in this match. Fine then. That works for me. And the white or oh, I didn't even think it worked that way. I love that. Okay. Well, in that case, I'll gladly take that. And then I'll gladly take you out. Okay? Now, both of my Pokemon should outspeed you. Zoroark is already naturally faster than Palafin. Palafin has a base speed of 100, Zoroark has a base speed of 105. Actually, I think Hisuian Zoroark is even faster. Hisuian Zoroark has a base speed of 110, and then Weavile has a base speed of like 130. And the Quick Claw for good measure! Let's go for it. All right. I forgot about that. Palafin signature move. Well, it don't matter. I've already ruined the illusion that is my Zoroark by using Bitter Malice. Surely you would know that Zoroark signature move, yeah? Wow, really? Base Palafin with a special defense drop and Bitter Malice didn't KO? I'm fine with that. That's basically the same as me having my Choice Scarf on. And now you're locked into using Encore. So it works for me. Do I dare bait him with the Arcanine? Sounds like fun. All right, so now you're at minus attack. I know you're gonna wanna go for that Jet Punch. Which means I go into Goodra. And then we Bitter Malice you once more to finish you off. And Raichu's stuck into Encore or he switches. So I'm really not worried about the Raichu because I'm switching. Raichu is basically a wasted slot this turn. So you can switch it out. That's fine. I've lowered your attack, so the Jet Punch that you were presumably going to do onto the real Goodra won't do much. Yep, there it goes. Fine with me. Volcarona! Oh, yep, that's exactly why I packed Arcanine in the back. Great. Well, here's that. Thank you. Jet Punch, yep. Saw that coming. It's like I used Palafin myself. Although I'm a little surprised you didn't switch it out and go for the hero form. That shall be your downfall. Alright. Guess you got a little excited and you're just willing to sack the Palafin at this point. It is a strategy. Alright. Now, so I've got Arcanine in the back to deal with the Volcarona. I do kind of wish that Arcanine was on the field now. And that way I can use Rock Slide to take it out. So it could go for Quiver Dance, at which point I'll be a little ill-equipped to deal with it. Now we got Raichu. Raichu, if you go for Fake Out, you're locked into that, and then you're dead weight again, and you don't have to switch out again. So, I'm really not worried about this Raichu, and if you go for an actual attack, well, then you're locked into that. And then I am still Encored, aren't I? So I have to go for Bitter Malice? I mean, that's fine. Or does it wear off because you switched out or something? No, I'll go for Bitter Malice anyway. Let's see. That Quick Claw's coming into play, dude! It's not even my Quick Claw, it's your Quick Claw. Got it, so you're stuck using Fake Out, which you can't use twice in a row in this game. It will not let you. You will use Struggle the next turn. Works for me! Okay. Ah! I found your Zoroark. You found my Zoroark. Well, more than fine with me. That means your last two Pokemon are Zoroark and Volcarona. Yeah, I guess you lost track of which one was which is definitely fine with me. Okay, so if that's Zoroark, then well, frankly, I can do whatever I want this turn. So I'll do that, and then I'll switch you back into Arcanine, because I know you're gonna switch into the real Volcarona, or you'll use Struggle with Raichu, which is a win-win for me. So let's see what we got. If you sent in Volcarona now, then I can be in the position that I wanted to be on a previous turn. So, works for me. All right, she's kind of cute, kind of doing the thing that rodents do, where they kind of spit onto their hands and they kind of groom themselves. Cute. All right, goodbye, Raichu. There's Volcarona. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. All right, cool. So, Zoroark will come out as an actual Zoroark next time I send it out. That's not a problem. Icy Wind, huh? Interesting strategy. Yeah, you'll outspeed me, that's for sure. Especially outspeed Goodra. Okay. Well, boom. So that one was the Zoroark. Illusion up. Zoroark with Icy Wind, is that something I consider running? No, because I run Zoroark with Choice Scarf as is, and I try to go for the one-hit KO, or I try to trick my Choice Scarf into something. And that's paying off in spades in this battle. That Raichu hasn't been able to do much. Alright, so double down on Volcarona then? It's kind of my thinking, because you're definitely gonna... Rock Slide should KO it. Unless you have Focus Sash. I mean, because you're gonna move after... So we'll just do this. We'll Rock Slide, and then that way I can ensure that Zoroark is taken out. If Rock Slide takes it out, great, then the Flash Cannon will hit the Volcarona. I'm fine with that, whatever. Arcanine's gonna go first. I'm totally fine with that, and if you survive with the Focus Sash, then you'll just die. Okay, lowering my attack, that's smart. That's smart of you to do. And frankly, that's probably the only reasonable thing you could do. Unless you also had Focus Blast, and I don't blame you for not running it. Got it. Okay, then the Flash Cannon will take you out. Don't know if you had Focus Sash or not. Shouldn't matter. Cool. Goodbye, Volcarona. All that remains is your Raichu holding the Choice Scarf that I gave it, and your Zoroark that's at 1 HP. So, and I've got my own Zoroark in the back still, with a Quick Claw that's activated already. So hooray, the power of Hisui! There you go. All right. So, Raichu will probably go, well, if you go for Fake Out, then you're stuck. You can't do anything for the rest of the game, so you probably won't go for Fake Out. And I, as much as I would love to Extreme Speed that Zoroark, that won't work, so we'll go for Psychic Fangs just for the move variety, because I haven't used that move yet. I brought it to check for, well, kind of Venusaur, honestly, in case it had, it would Mega Evolve. I otherwise have it for a potential Sneasler, although I don't think Arcanine's going to be able to take a hit from a Sneasler. Just thought it was a good utility move, because it also goes through Light Screen and Reflect, so. But I could, okay, then you're stuck in Fake Out for the rest of the game. That's on you. Yeah, that you just GG'd yourself. Psychic, okay. No, that's a move I should consider using. Psychic instead of Focus Blast? I mean, maybe. What would it be checking? Sneasler, I guess. And these other situations where I otherwise wouldn't be able to hurt a Zoroark. Well, Raichu, the only thing left for you to do is struggle. Yeah, that's about right. Cool! Good job, Arcanine. Glad I got to use you again. Glad I got to go for some different team compositions and didn't just fall onto Weavile, Zoroark, Goodra, Milotic again. All right, and with that, I'm now Ultra Ball rank 1, and purely because of Zoroark, I won 100 battles with normal types. Sweet. Works for me. Oh, it's crazy how I'll lose. And then I'll just go on a losing streak, and then I'll win, and I'll go on a winning streak, and it's just this back and forth. And I just need to get one extra win in the winning streak to succeed, but instead I lose, and then I lose like 4 times in a row, and then like, Alright. Let's see what we got. Farigiraf. So that means I can't reliably use Weavile. I'm not letting that stop me. I'm still super effective toward Farigiraf. Runerigus, Flapple. I'm super effective toward your whole team if you Mega Evolve the Ampharos, so Weavile's coming. You probably got a Trick Room team here, which makes sense if you got Slowbro and Runerigus and Mega Ampharos. So Weavile, Zoroark. So maybe I should play around the fact that you're gonna have a slow team. So maybe I should do Goodra and Meganium. Do the old Zoroark disguise as Meganium strat. Worth a shot, right? So, or we could do Zoroark disguise as Goodra still. That's what's I'm gonna do Meganium Goodra. It's just what do we want Zoroark to be? Yeah, and Arcanine's not gonna do much. Arcanine would be good against the Armor Rouge, but not too much else. So we'll have Zoroark go as Goodra. It's kind of all reliable. We'll see if he believes it. And then we got Meganium in the back. We got the Mega Bomb! Alright, let's do it. What do we got? No win streak for you either, huh? Am I to assume that you and I are both on losing streaks? Well, I don't know about you, but I intend on correcting my losing streak right now and turning that into a winning streak. Let's get some momentum. Alright, well, am I glad that you started this way. I'm going straight for the Armor Rouge. And I would bet that you're holding a Focus Sash, so I'm gonna double down. I could trick my Choice Scarf onto Farigiraf. I'll double down. I'm gonna make sure you're done, so this is gonna go first, and if it KOs you because you're not holding a Focus Sash, then I just attack Farigiraf afterward. Yep, call that from a mile away, because I'm fast, and you're probably about to use Trick Room, maybe, because the rest of your team isn't exactly the definition of speed. Boom. Armor Rouge down. Yeah, you ever seen a Goodra use Bitter Malice? Well, you're seeing it today. Alright. There's the Trick Room. Yeah, so I could have tricked Choice Scarf onto you. That's usually what I do. It's not what you're stuck using Trick Room and then therefore you have to switch out. I thought it was more important to get rid of the Armor Rouge, because I was almost certain that you were going to have a Focus Sash. Oh, and this works for me. Now, you're going to outspeed. That's neither here nor there. I got Triple Axle for you, and then I got more Bitter Malice. Let's go for it. So now I'm the slowest stuff, and then we'll see what the Farigiraf does. If the Farigiraf goes for Hyper Voice, which is sometimes runs, well, then you're not going to hurt. Ah, so you just don't care about hurting your teammate. Alright, fine by me. Yes, it was a Zoroark all along. Did you tell? Was it obvious? Should have been. I used Zoroark's signature move. Aw, frick. That wasn't as optimal as I hoped. You really just thought it was Goodra, huh? Because you went for Earthquake and a Fairy move. Alright. Guess a lot of people are not familiar with the move Bitter Malice. At least not yet. Use that to my advantage. Alright. Well, ladies, it is your turn. And here we go. Here's the mom. Time to make her into Mega Mom. Give her that neck support, give her the neck pillows. So we'll do that because Goodra will be faster in a Trick Room, and then we'll just Giga Drain it. Yeah, you're probably gonna do the same thing. You're probably gonna do Earthquake into Dazzling Gleam again, right? So, I'm about to show you my Mega Meganium strategy. Most people run the traditional Solar Beam strat, maybe they also run Weather Ball. Those are good strategies. I, however, try to lean more into Meganium's bulk, and we'll go for the all-reliable Giga Drain strat, so that won't do much. Alright, respectable damage onto Goodra. I won't deny that. Okay, Psychic, onto the mom, ha! You have no idea what this Pokemon's been through. Okay, boom. So that's neither here nor there. That should set me up such that this Giga Drain could potentially one-hit KO. So I've got some EVs in special attack. Delicious! Mmm! Love that! Beast, Mega Mom! Beast! There you go, and now you're down to your last two Pokemon, and one of them is your setup Pokemon, a Farigiraf. So that's kind of what I was playing around. Because either I can shut down Farigiraf from the get-go by putting a Choice Scarf onto it, or I can make it your last Pokemon and make it not able to do much. Now you have been going on the offensive with your Dazzling Gleams and your Psychics. Fortunately, my two remaining Pokemon are special attackers. Oh, and our special walls too. Alright, Ampharos, you coming in? You're in for a rude awakening. I'm gonna rinse and repeat this. Let's go. And if it comes down to it, I don't know what the most optimal way to run Mega Ampharos truly is. I know a lot of people try to buff its defenses with Cotton Spore. I don't know if that's the thing you should do. And if you choose to lean into that, well, that's exactly why I built my Meganium the way it is with Leech Seed as well. So if you want to run a defensive match, I'll do it. I'm so big, I've got such big neck pillows, I'm blocking the shot. Dragon Pulse, all right? Goodra should be okay. Good girl, Goodra! Good girl! All right. Ha 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 ha! Still not worried. Boom. Okay, awesome. Nice. And then let's see how much this does. Well, not a lot, actually, because you'll resist it now. I didn't even think about that. Oh, whatever. I get some HP back, so I can take another Psychic from this Farigiraf. Okay. Well, I also did lower your special defense by 2 stages. I probably can just strike you now. I mean, you're gonna go for Dragon Pulse, and that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. I think I will go for either Protect or Giga Drain. I'm probably just gonna do Giga Drain, take you out, because now with you out of the way, I can just focus. I can double down on the Ampharos. Okay, that's fine. Gonna go ahead for good measure. Well, I guess I'm glad you got it now and not on the previous turn. Okay, Psychic. So Giga Drain, and then this next turn the Trick Room wears off, right? And if not, okay, cool. That was just enough to take you out. Awesome. If it doesn't wear off this turn, then I'll just use Protect the next turn, and I'll throw a Leech Seed on there. Awesome. All right, we're down to the 2 Megas, and I mean, I can kind of see your head poking out. Okay, so Giga Drain's over. That means I should now outspeed. So I will go for Leech Seed this turn. Let's see what we got. You can't use Dragon Moves on me. Meganium's a Fairy type now. Ain't that a stinker? Actually, Meganium would smell very, very pretty because it's a flower. Because Bayleaf is supposed to smell like flower, or Bayleaf's supposed to smell like spices. So that probably carries over into being a Meganium. There we go. Great. That works for me. Okay. I'll take that back now, thank you. And you're still at -2 special defense, which is worth remembering. Okay? So now, on this next turn, we Protect. I'll take a little more health while sapping a bit more of yours. Yeah, you're not prepared to deal with Mega Meganium. That's probably a hard counter for you, huh? And Mega Meganium is fairly prominent in the metagame, at least now. Thunderbolt, yeah. Might be playing around the paralysis, maybe get more damage from the same type of attack bonus, I don't know. I'm taking that extra HP. So every turn from the Leech Seed, I restore, what was that, 10%? That's awesome. Take it, thank you. Yeah, so I'm not a chess expert. I will say that this situation here reminds me of how you might have some situations in chess where you kind of have like a queen and a castle remaining against your opponent who only has their king, and then you can lock them into a checkmate from that. That's kind of where this is at. People do compare Pokemon to chess after all. And I mean, I do see the similarities, because I am playing for these checkmate scenarios. Not quite there yet. I can win simply by pressing Protect on the next turn. I probably should, that's the safe option, right? It's tempting to like go for Ancient Power to see if I can get the Ancient Power boost before the match is over. Ah, can't bear to see the Ampharos take any more pain. I respect it. Saves us a couple of seconds so I can immediately dive on into the next match. Works for me! Good job, Meganium! Using that bulk to your advantage. Yep, and then the steel type stuff. That's almost all Goodra. Alright, let's keep it going. The win streak starts anew! Alright, let's win like 3 or 4 in a row and get that Master Ball rank, baby. Let's do it. Definitely taking longer to get it on the double side than the single side. Hey. Alright, Incineroar, Arcanine. Yeah, just needs there. Okay, so this is a rain team. He's got Pelipper, and that'll stack with the Arcanine. I guess we can go for Over-Reliable. Weavile, Zoroark. Yeah, because Arcanine's only really good against the Incineroar, and it's like kind of the Dragonite. So we'll do Weavile, Zoroark, Milotic, Goodra. I want to bring Arcanine. For better or for worse, I haven't really had an opportunity to use them. So, we'll go for Goodra then. I mean, it's fine. If this strategy's working, it's working. And Arcanine did get me out of a bind in some of those previous matches, so I ain't complaining. Let's give this a try. Alright, Milotic in case he brings Incineroar, and I know he probably will start with Incineroar, and it probably would be in my best interest to start with Milotic. I want to start with Zoroark, mainly in case he starts with Sneasler or Arcanine, or even Pelipper. He could start with Pelipper or Arcanine, in which case Zoroark is great for that, purely because of Trick. Or I could use Focus Blast and try to take out the Arcanine. I'll have to see what he does. He could start off with Incineroar, Arcanine, and then like switch Incineroar into Pelipper. He has options. Yeah, like this is a pretty standard competitive team. The main Pokemon that even benefits off the Pelipper is the Arcanine. I don't know that too much else is going to do anything with the rain. And then Sneasler just kind of slots well into any team. You don't need much else for it. All good? All right, you picked your team in the nick of time. And I know these things are crucial. How you start these matches is pretty integral to how I play. Oh, we got a 3-win streak, huh? Time for me to shut that down. Boom. All right, Caladon and Pelipper. Yeah, I had a feeling. Works for me. As far as you're concerned, you are fighting a Goodra. All right, so fake outs, Pelipper, no Tailwind for you. And then I think I'm just gonna go straight for the KO on our Caladon. I think that's probably the better play. And he probably does have Sneasler in the back. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Get it? I said bridge, because our Caladon's a bridge, huh? Okay, but I am double crossing you. I'm taking you out, so. All right. I've had enough. Okay. It's thinking. Yeah, I know you want to do that electro shot from our Caladon. I know you want that. That's why you even paired in the rain, right? I can smell it. I can smell the electricity cooking. But if you want to go for another attack, if you want to try and use body press or whatever on Goodra, be my guest. Let's see. Boom. Nice. 19% damage. That was pretty good. And Focus Blast connects, thank goodness! Alright. Ah, it doesn't KO! Boo! Special defense drop is nice. Your regular defense goes up. I don't know if Weavile could take you out with Triple Axle at this point. I do not know. Oh, you went straight for the Flash Cannon. Alright. Works for me! Yeah, I don't know if I want to go for Triple Axle on it anyway, because it's just going to boost your defense each time. Maybe if I connected all 3, it would still KO. I think I have to land another Focus Blast. Oh, that's a bummer. I don't trust my luck. Okay. We'll do this then. In preparation of him having Incineroar in the back. He might not because he's running a rain team. I predict that Sneasler's in the back. We will see. Yeah, you're thinking about it. Do you know if this is a Zoroark? Are you gonna plan around that now? I better take out this Arcanine because if you get that Electro Shot up, that's gonna snowball real quick. What? By bringing Zoroark in the back, I can come in and use Bitter Malice later. So I think this is okay. And then the Pelipper is gonna go for Tailwind, right? So let's see. Maybe. Ah, boo. That's fine. Okay, and then Pelipper using Tailwind. Sorry, I'm still faster. My bad. Okay. Muddy Water. Hey, I pray that you get the accuracy drop on Milotic. Please do. So I can boost my special attack. Okay, Weavile down, that's fine. Milotic. Okay. Well, you did not get the accuracy drop. That is fine. You do not have Tailwind. You're probably not even going for Tailwind at this point. I will go for Zoroark, and at this point, a Bitter Malice should finish you off. I should not have to use Focus Blast anymore. Could be worth running Focus Blast in case you have Incineroar in the back, and once again, we'll cross the bridge when we come to it, and then we'll go for Coil. The Pelipper is going to have Hurricane. You're probably using that on Milotic, and we'll just kind of see. Arcanon's kind of my big concern right now, because my Pokemon in the back, well, Milotic and Goodra aren't super equipped to deal with it. Kind of becomes a stalling war with Goodra that's really annoying, and Arcanine can win it because he can keep buffing a special attack. Yeah, you're thinking, huh? You like what you see? You like my ladies? What are you switching into? There's Sneasler, yep. Saw that coming. Okay, Bitter Malice, and boom. Done. So you now know that this is a Zoroark, correct? You know that you can't use Fake Out on it, correct? Alright. Very good then. And then Sneasler usually runs a pretty vanilla set. Fake Out, Close Combat, Dire Claw, maybe another fighting move or something. Maybe Protect. Even so, I think it is in my best interest to go straight for the Sneasler. And I'll do Muddy Water. Get the rain boosted Muddy Water. Accuracy buffed. So that way, between Muddy Water and the rain and Bitter Malice, I can take out the Sneasler, hopefully. So boom. That'll lower your attack, which will prop your White Herb, which will activate your Unburdened ability. Yep. I feel pretty accurate about guessing your moveset, too. Oh, you actually thought that was... Oh, no, you missed Milotic. Wow, my Bright Powder came into play. So having Milotic hold a Bright Powder was a good idea. Nice. Yeah, I put Bright Powder on Milotic because I can't have double leftovers, and I figure leftovers should probably go for Goodra. So that worked for me. Oh my god, are you kidding me with this? Oh my god. Alright, Bitter Malice, you. And then I guess buffed Muddy Water is going to make a difference. I'd be playing for the accuracy drop, so I may as well go for Blizzard in preparation of taking out the Pelipper or dealing more damage to the Pelipper. Alright, I guess I got lucky with you missing. You survived with 1 HP, hon. You're going to outspeed Zoroark now that you have Unburdened, so you're going to go for Dire Claw? Because I'll resist it. If your moves really are Fake Out, Close Combat, Dire Claw, and another fighting move or Protect, then Dire Claw is the only thing you can use, and therefore Ghosts are a hard counter to you. Close Combat, okay. Probably should have gone for Protect, that's whatever. Good girl, Milotic! Good girl! That coil coming in clutch. Boom. Yeah, that is proof that all my EVs are on my defenses, because I didn't KO the Sneasler and I took that hit like a champ. Good job. Alright, Ice Beam once more. Zoroark, are you done? You're done. You done good, Zoroark. That's what you did. You done good. Okay. Well, that leaves my bulky walls in the back. There's the Blizzard. Play for a freeze? Not quite. Alright, the rain has stopped. Works for me. And you forfeited. Also works for me. We don't know it was in the back. I don't remember the rest of your team. I just figured Sneasler would be on it. Sneasler works well on most teams, and as a result, it's a very vanilla strategy, and I am well equipped to deal with it. That was my 100th match with Goodra, because I also used her in singles. And I've just played that many matches in doubles. Golly. Take a sip of water. Alright. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Ooh! I feel like I've faced this team before. Or at least something extremely similar to it. Alright, well there's Sneasler once again, so we'll do Weavile, Zoroark once again. Did I learn my lesson from last time? Did I bring Arcanine last time and lose because of that? No, I didn't. I think I didn't bring Arcanine. Well, I still don't want to bring Arcanine. So maybe we do Goodra... Meganium? Meganium? Arcanine's good against the Corviknight, the Ninetales, and the Sinistcha. Everything else is a hard counter to him. So I don't know if Arcanine's an optimal pick or not. Intimidate's good. It better not. Earthquake's gonna shut him down. And in preparation of Earthquake, maybe I'd better bring Meganium. And then yeah, you're not running an Intimidate user. And you can hit for pretty heavy damage against Milotic. So we'll do Meganium. Excadrill's a potential concern. And the good news about Meganium is that if you bring Sinistcha, and Sinistcha uses Rage Powder, I bypass it. Oh, we've got win streaks going? You've got a 2-win, or I've got a 2-win streak, you've got a 3-win streak. I'd like to have that 3-win streak. Man, should have started with Arcanine. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Got it. Okay. Well, maybe this bodes well. Maybe this means, oh, I guess you could still have Tyranitar in the back. So I'll Fake Out you, and then we'll do, I guess we'll trick you in preparation of you using Aurora Veil, so you'll be stuck using that, and you might have to switch out. So let's see. Let's see, so Sinistcha on the back. I'm hoping for Sinistcha on the back. That makes my life a lot easier. If it's not Sinistcha in the back, I guess you could still be doing Tyranitar, Excadrill, and you had Sneasler. So, I mean, Sneasler could still be there. And frankly, it could just be Tyranitar or Sneasler then. I'm hoping it's Sinistcha Sneasler. Let's try that. So you, critical hit, and it did 7%, golly. Okay. Oh, you're going straight for the Moonblast. Wait, you outsped. That means you're holding Choice Scarf, which means I'm about to trick a Choice Scarf onto you. Doggone it. Ninetales is that fast, huh? That you outsped Zoroark? I guess I don't really know Ninetales' speed. I know you use it to set up Aurora Veil, and it's a prime Aurora Veil setup because it summons Snow with it. Is it also optimal because it has a high speed stat too? All right, fine. I'm gonna give your entire team Choice Scarves then. I'm taking your leftovers away from your Corviknight. So let's try that again. So I'm gonna Protect, because now I know you're locked into Moonblast, and then I will trick that onto the Corviknight. How's that sound? And that way, whatever your Corviknight uses next, it's locked into. Yeah, no one expects the double trick, huh? I think I tried double trick back in Pokemon Sword and Shield, because I ran Porygon Z with Choice Specs and Zoroark with Choice Scarf. Or maybe I did the opposite. I did one or the other, and I just had them both use Trick. it wasn't a great strategy. Yeah, I think Porygon Z had the Choice Scarf, and then Zoroark had Choice Specs. And then I realized I like Zoroark with Choice Scarf more. So let's see, so Protect. So your Moonblast will be null and void. Cool. All right. And then we trick this onto you. And if you're one of those Corviknights that likes running Roost, well, now you can't do that, or you can only do that. So let's see. So I'll take your leftovers. Body Press. Oh! Yep, you're stuck. You are stuck. Awesome. So now, do I want to keep Weavile on here? Is it worth saving him? That Fake Out is valuable. I might just want to sack Weavile so I can have a safer switch. I don't know. It's a weird situation to be in. I guess we'll go for Triple Axle. And then I will Sludge Bomb the Ninetales. You can't get us both. You're locked into Moonblast with Ninetales, and you're locked into Body Press with Corviknight. You opted to stay in. I guess that is the play. Oof. I guess that is the play, and then you're gonna Body Press onto Weavile. That's fair. That's fair enough. Okay, but now you're just locked into Body Press. Okay, boom. Dang, that did not do a lot. Well, to bet that you are one of those Roost Corviknights, so I sure am glad that I tricked a Choice Scarf onto you. Oh. Ah, I was kind of hoping that would KO. Okay, the Poison's nice. Okay, and then Body Press onto Weavile. Yeah. Honestly, that was the play, and I didn't even think you would do that. I thought you would switch. Okay. Well, then in that case, maybe I shouldn't focus on the Corviknight. Maybe I should only focus on the Ninetales, because you can't damage the Zoroark. You would only damage... Oh, well, you damage the Zoroark with Ninetales. I can't do much about that. Okay, well, the Poison will take out Ninetales this next turn. And you can't use an Ice move, thankfully, and Body Press isn't going to do anything if I Mega Evolve, so maybe I best start setting up. Okay, so we'll do this. Boom. Then Leech Seed or Protect. Protect, I guess, so you don't hit me with the Moonblast. And then we'll go into Goodra in case you Moonblast Zoroark. Yeah, because if you're going to have to Body Press Meganium or you're going to have to switch out. Oh, then I should have attacked, didn't I? That was dumb of me. It's okay, I'm learning. Yeah, because if you're stuck in Body Press, then you can only use it on Meganium, and I would resist it. And then you would be locked into Moonblast, which you would probably use on Zoroark. So I shouldn't have used Protect, it's fine. I guess in case you did use Moonblast on the Meganium, I would check for that, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, you're thinking about it. Oh, you're actually switching it out, so using Protect was even worse. Okay. Excadrill. Okay, that means your other Pokemon's probably Tyranitar then, yeah. Alright. Alright, that's fine. It means I just wasted a Protect. Well, even let me... Oh, Sneasler, sorry, Doi. Which means you're gonna use a Poison to move on me. Oh man, that means I'm actually in trouble. Well, at least I'm already Mega Evolved, so if I need to... I can switch Meganium out into Zoroark and then switch her back in if I need to. Okay. Well, actually, the Protect doesn't even work. So I can just go for Protect this turn. Okay. So, I will do that. We'll do that. And then... I guess Flamethrower onto Excadrill, right? Because I'm predicting... Or Chilling Water, maybe. Because I'm predicting you're gonna use a Poison move into Meganium. And then probably a Ground move. Well, if you use Earthquake, you hurt your own Pokemon. So, you gotta have high horsepower, right? Or Stomping Tantrum. One or the other. Let's see what you got. Suppose you could have also used a fighting move. Oh, frick, I didn't even think about you Mega Evolving. I didn't think about that. Your ability allows you to bypass Protect. So you're probably attacking Meganium, so you'll deal some decent damage. Let's see what you got. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I played this very, very poorly. Very, very poorly. You got the crit for good measure, too. I don't even think you needed the crit. And then you got the White Herb. Oh, no White Herb? That means you're Focus Sash. Oh, no, you do have White Herb. Never mind. Okay. I don't like that it restores all the stats at once, because it's two separate instances. You lowered your special defense by attacking me, and then Gooey lowered your speed, but because it takes place in one turn, I guess you buff all of them. Bummer. And now you got Unburdened, so you'll outspeed Zoroark. I could go for the double protect. It's not happening, folks. I can try to take out the Excadrill real quickly. See what happens. You know, assuming the Focus Blast connects. Because I'm not holding Choice Scarf anymore, and thank goodness for that. That does, however, mean that he still has Ninetales and Corviknight in the back. Yeah. I can't win. I mean, I'm curious to see if Focus Blast connects, but I'm not. I don't need to see. Yeah. I played that poorly. There are times when I could have played that way, way better. But also just as well, like, I started off with a team that was suboptimal to how he started. That probably was a match where I could have and probably should have brought Arcanine. I thought for sure he was going to do Tyranitar Excadrill. I just got outplayed. I just got outplayed, and it's a learning experience, so we'll grow from it. Let's see what we got. Is this to bait me into using Arcanine? Because your entire team is otherwise weak to rock except for Blastoise. So is that your plan? To bait in a fire or a rock type and then counter with Blastoise? Alright, then I'll do my low-tick Goodra. Well, it's either Goodra or Arcanine. So close, man. It's like staring me in the face. And I think the lesson to be learned here is, you know, play it safe, right? Arcanine's tempting, it really is. I just know he's baiting that. He's banking on me bringing Arcanine, and then he'll bring in Blastoise and shut it down, right? Alright. You made it to Ultra Ball rank, you gotta know something. And then you're gonna set up Hail by Mega Evolving your Frostlass, is that the plan? Okay. Well, I'm down to just shut that down immediately. So, I can't fake out Frostlass. I can fake out Glaceon. And I think that Zoroark's Bitter Malice can one-hit KO Mega Frostlass, I'm pretty sure, because the Snowstorm only boosts your physical defense, not your special defense, right? Quick Claw, of course, but I'm still using Fake Out. I should still outspeed, right? I guess we'll see. Quick Claw doesn't outspeed Fake Out, does it? If so, that leads into some gnarly strategies. We'll find out in a moment. It's crazy how often Quick Claw's been activating on my opponents, too. That's pretty crazy. Okay, now Fake Out still outspeeds. I was gonna say, no freaking way. Okay, so Glaceon flinched. So, kind of unlucky that you finally got your Quick Claw to activate. Didn't KO, not quite. Needed a little more oomph. See, I'm debating if I want to give Zoroark Shadow Ball for that exact reason. Because I've had too many Pokemon survive with only 2% or 1%. If I had Shadow Ball, that's 5 extra base power. I feel like that would have been enough. That's fine. Okay, so why don't we Throat Chop you, and then we'll Bitter Malice the Glaceon. No way your Quick Claw activates twice in a row, right? 1 in 100 chance. So there is a chance. I just pray that it doesn't happen. But if it does happen, I have it on camera. All right, let's see how unlucky I am and how lucky my opponents are. Okay, going back. All right, fine with me. See, I knew you would bring it. I mean, I guess you'd bring it no matter what, right? So Bitter Malice. All right. That's some bulk. And then Throat Chop onto Blastoise. That's some bulk. That Aurora Veil really coming in, huh? Icy Wind. Oh. Zoroark, the jig is up. With the Choice Scarf, you are possibly still faster than Blastoise, even with -1 speed. One more Icy Wind, you're certainly not. Well, Weavile having his speed lowered is a little awkward. You know what? Let's go for Protect. If you're gonna go for Icy Wind again, and I think you might, then it would be my best interest to go into Milotic, right? You'll lower her speed in exchange, you'll buff her special attack, and then she'll hit the ground running. All right, so I pray that you go for Icy Wind, and then I pray that you don't miss my Milotic. All right, she's holding Bright Powder. I pray that you don't miss. If you do miss, that's super unlucky for me because it's only a 1 in 10 chance of happening. So let's see what we got. Okay, so Protect, boom. All right, and then I didn't know Blastoise could learn Fake Out. That's interesting. Well, that works for me then. Blizzard. Okay, well, I was really hoping you'd use Icy Wind again, but I guess you realize that's not necessary. Well, Fake Out's very valuable. Do I want to bring Weavile back just to have Fake Out for later on? Or do I want to sack the Weavile? I have no idea what this Blastoise is about to do. Fake Out, I mean, yeah, that was smart. So, I could go for Coil. I don't know if that's a special attacking Blastoise or a physical attacking one, and then the Glaceon's a physical attacker, so... the only reason to go for Coil is to get a defense boost and to be able to better connect my Muddy Water, because Blizzard is guaranteed to hit in the rain, or guaranteed to hit in the snowstorm, rather. So let's try Muddy Water, let's see what happens. Okay, and then we got Goodra coming in. Let's see what we got. Flashkin, okay. So it's a special attacking Blastoise, which is more than fine with me, given how my team composition is this match. Freeze Dry, that's smart. That's smart, didn't even think about that. Okay. Well, I'm glad I didn't go for Coil. I am glad that's going to connect on both of them. Not a lot of damage. Well, the good news is I'm stalling out the Snowstorm. I got the accuracy drop on both of them. Fantastic news. Okay. And then I will try to stall that out a little more. So we'll do Flash Cannon onto you. And then in checking for another Freeze Dry, we'll protect the Milotic. Okay? Let's try that. So... Flash Cannon probably won't KO, because for as long as the Snowstorm is up, you have your Aurora Veil up, so I think if this is the last turn of it, they'll both end after this turn, I think. Alright, there you go, Milotic. That's for you. Alright, it's Blizzard. Got it. So yeah, definitely a special attacking Blastoise just with Fake Out. Works for me. Okay. Freeze Dry, yep. Okay. So Icy Wind, Blizzard, and Freeze Dry. Got it. Well, that works for me. That's especially good. And then if you send a Mega Frostlass right now, it shouldn't reactivate the Snowstorm. Oh, never mind. It will. Never mind. Okay, well then send her back in. See if I care. Yeah, there's the Aurora Veil. Cool. So Frostlass, and then... I think you had an Arcanine or something, right? I pray that you have Arcanine so I can get the ball rolling with my Milotic. Would have been nice if I had Arcanine versus Arcanine. I knew you were gonna bring Blastoise. Okay, so Snowstorm coming back up. You're willing to sack that Frostlass, right? That's your plan? Okay. Well, then I will do... I guess we can do Acid Spray onto the Blastoise, right? To set up my win conditions. And the Muddy Water. I mainly need the Muddy Water to connect onto Frostlass. Blastoise is still sitting there at -1 accuracy, by the way. That could come into play. Alright, Aurora Veil. So as long as my Muddy Water connects onto Frostlass, it should still KO. Because even though you're boosted by the Snowstorm, even though you're boosted by the Aurora Veil, I think I can do 8%. Okay, here we go. Awesome! That should do enough. Oh, 4% even, my bad. 4%, even better. I think if you were at like 10% or more, I don't think I'd have been able to KO you. 4%, I can do that. Okay, and then Acid Spray. And now you can't switch, so now you're at -2 special defense, and -1 accuracy, and my Milotic is holding Bright Powder. So, we'll use that to our advantage. And let's use in the back Arcanine. Let's see what we got. You had another Ice type, I think, too, right? Let's me see. I guess I could look at your team. I can't look at it on this screen, but it's not going to matter because I'm going to see it in just a moment. That's right, you had your own Weavile! Alright, well, I see a Fake Out incoming. Well, let's just go straight for the Flash Cannon then. If you use Fake Out, you lower your own speed. So, we'll Protect, because I feel like you're going to use Fake Out onto Milotic. And if you use Fake Out onto Goodra, you lower your own speed. So, pretty foolproof, I feel. And then I've still got Zoroark in the back, so I should outspeed and be able to KO the Blastoise next turn, even with the Aurora Veil up. Boom. I've got my own Weavile. So I can use Fake Out on a subsequent turn as well. Okay, fine with me. So then Gooey's gonna proc. That's gonna lower your speed. Flash Cannon, even if you're not holding Fake Out, or you have White Herb. Fascinating. Okay. Well, I was gonna say you might have been holding Focus Sash. That's pretty par for the course for Weavile. Even if you weren't holding Focus Sash, I don't think Flash Cannon would KO you with Aurora Veil up. If I didn't have Aurora Veil up, then I absolutely would KO you because Weavile is a glass cannon. It's ice. Okay, so let's go again. Flash Cannon onto you, and I guess just Blizzard, right? Let's do it. Let's do it, because Blizzard's guaranteed to connect, and that chip damage could go a long way. So, what you got? I doubt Weavile's got a spread move. And Blastoise has been using Blizzard, which hasn't been doing a whole lot. And you've got 2 turns of the Aurora Veil left. Brick Break! Yeah, I almost ran my Weavile with that. It was a matter of 4 move syndrome. Okay, so now we're lowering your speed again. And then Blizzard. And they're both alive! Good girls, good girls! See, I play around that, but oh my god, man. I didn't want to say anything, but there have been enough blizzards going on, it was only a matter of time. I needed you to freeze the Milotic, not the Goodra! Oh my god, man. If Milotic was frozen, it's whatever, but you froze Goodra? Come on, man. I still have this in the bag. It's such a good win condition for me. It's just now it's gonna take way longer than it needs to. Now I gotta deal with all this. You got your freeze. Why'd it have to be on Goodra? All right, go ahead and attack her again. You'll be at -2 speed, and then I can absolutely outspeed you with everything. Blizzard. Still both alive. All right, you want to Brick Break it again? There you go. Okay. Wait, is the Blastoise Choice Scarfed? Because it outsped the Weavile. I feel like even at -1 speed, Weavile should still be faster now. Can I freeze the Blastoise? I don't need it. It'd make things a little easier. No. Only you can get it on a Pokemon that was 2 seconds away from KOing you. Alright, let's send in Zoroark, and so you'll presumably think it's a Weavile. You might use Brick Break on it, it might not work, it doesn't matter. Alright, we're gonna do Sludge Bomb, and then we'll do Muddy Water. Alright. Now I'll take out the Blastoise. We'll find out in a moment if you're Choice Scarfed or not, because you'll outspeed my Zoroark. No! I never tricked my Choice Scarf, did I? So I should outspeed you no matter what, and you're at -2 special defense. So this should be checkmate. It's check. It's not checkmate, it's check. Okay? What do we got? Okay, so boom. Blastoise down. Awesome. Okay. What else we got? Muddy Water. Okay, so I don't know if that Blastoise was Choice Scarf or not. Probably not. I guess I just outspeed you. Cool. Brick Break, and you thought it was the real Weavile. That's exactly what I wanted. That works for me. No more Snowstorm. No more Aurora Veil. This next turn, you're going down. Alright. You're a glass cannon. I know you are. Maybe you invested EVs into defense. It shouldn't matter, and I'm coiling just in case. Because now I know my Milotic outspeeds you. So that way I can ensure that my next move connects. Just setting myself up for every win condition possible. Alright. So boom. You actually survived. Okay, and you're poisoned, so no matter what, at the end of this turn, it's over. Even if you had a spread move, I got my own Weavile on the back. So boom. Throat Chop. Yeah, that was probably the way to go, was to take out the Milotic. Alright. As far as you're concerned, it's Weavile v Weavile. And my Sludge Bomb poisoned. This could have been over a lot sooner if you didn't land the freeze on Goodra. Very well. Thanks for the match, Neo. Alright. Just adding more runtime to my video, which I guess is fine. If my viewers are watching it, it's more audience retention. Boom. Let's keep it going. Well, the win streak has restarted. I'm down to keep moving. I mean, the sooner I get the Master Ball rank, the better. Wanderer. Fair enough. Not all those who wander are lost. Though, those who are Wanderer will lose. Alright, well, you having Incineroar on your team makes me tempted to bring my Milotic, and she'd fare well against the Garchomp as well. Still, I brought Arcanine more or less to deal specifically with Charizard and Venusaur, so I feel as though I owe it to him to bring him to this match. So usually when I do that, I do Arcanine, and then I do, well, Goodra or Meganium, frankly. So, it's probably Goodra. We'll bring the 3 Hisuis and then Weavile. And then, yeah, Zoroark disguised as Goodra. It's been working so far. It's only a matter of time before someone goes, you wouldn't start with Goodra. I mean, I guess I reasonably could against this team. You might think, like, I'm countering Whimsicott or something. Or setting up Goodra. Set up Goodra isn't too unreasonable. All right, let's go. I see the fire in your eyes. Yep, and you're starting with the fiery types. Fine by me. So, you're presumably gonna Mega Evolve that Charizard then, yeah? Is that the plan? Has that been the plan all along? Okay, well, I'm gonna fake it out. And then... Bitter Malice. If I don't need Arcanine to take out the Charizard, then I won't. If Bitter Malice, so between Fake Out and Bitter Malice, if I can get you down to about 40%, then Bitter Malice can take you out on the next turn. We will see. If the Incineroar full-on goes for Darkest Lariat onto the, what he believes to be Goodra, I might be in trouble. Let's see. I'm hoping he's kind of going for Fake Out. Let's see what we got. Fake Out onto Weavile. Okay. And then Bitter Malice. Excellent! Another Bitter Malice should do the trick. Awesome. So that'll be out of there. And then I predict one of your other Pokemon's going to be Venusaur. We'll see in a moment. So we'll protect. No, there's no need for that. We'll switch you out. I'll bring in my own Arcanine so as to intimidate the Incineroar. And then we will Bitter Malice the Charizard and be done with you. And if you use Protect, oh well, Arcanine will take care of it the next turn. There we go, see? Now I'm playing around checks. Checks and balances. Intimidate, cool. Bitter Malice, fine, no Protect, works for me. Charizard, out, awesome. Okay, what else did you have on the team? You had a Garchomp, right? That might be on the team still. Flare Blitz, and the Arcanine, oh, this just gets better and better. You're intimidated, and you hit a Fire Rock type. Awesome. Okay. Let's see what we got. If he has Garchomp, he's bringing it out now. If he has Venusaur, he does have Garchomp, yep. Okay. Shame I couldn't intimidate that. No matter. We will Helping Hand my Zoroark, and we will Bitter Malice you. And that way, if I don't KO you, I lower your attack. And if I do KO you, well, then you're dead. So let's see what we got. All right. Now, Sun-boosted Flare Blitz is a problem, but I got Helping Hand, and hopefully I can take out the Garchomp, and then Arcanine can go to work. Yeah, I think. Oh, well, let's see what we got. I didn't even think about you outspeeding. I guess you would. I'm okay. I'm okay. Yeah, you don't even care to attack your own Incineroar, huh? I thought maybe you'd use like high horsepower or something. You don't even care. All right. Well, yeah, I guess I didn't need the Intimidate. You both my Pokemon survived. Okay, Bitter Malice. Helping Hand boosted Bitter Malice only did 69%. Nice. All right, and then Zoroark down. Okay. So that leaves me with Goodra and Weavile. Weavile's Fake Out is very valuable here. Yeah, it's gotta be Venusaur in the back. I suppose it could be Farigiraf. Usually you start a match with that, but I guess it could be in the back. You know what I could do? Okay, why don't we Flare Blitz the Garchomp, and then I'll Fake it out. I think that'll be good, and then I'll take my own Arcanine out. I think that's the play. I think Sun-boosted Flare Blitz from Arcanine can take out this Garchomp. All right, and if I didn't have... Oh, let's see what it is. Venusaur, okay. So you don't have Thick Fat because you're base Venusaur, so this actually might just KO you. Great. Well, I was banking on my Arcanine taking itself out anyway. All right, Venusaur down. Not worried about that. So the only problem now is that the Garchomp will outspeed my Goodra that's about to come in and probably just KO it outright. Weavile can take out Garchomp. Parting Shot. Oh, frick. So you're going to lower my attack. That does still count as a switch. And then you come back in and you intimidate me, so I'll make -2 attack. I mean, you're still 4 times weak to ice. I think if all 3 triple axles connect, that can do it. Oops, my bad. There we go. Let's see. Hi. Alright. Alright. Not too worried. I think this was the way that things had to go. Obviously, Milotic would have been a better choice here than Goodra, but me having Goodra at all probably led to some mind games. Well, triple axle you, right? I gotta just go on the offensive. Because I feel like you're gonna fake out the Goodra. You fake out Weavile, well then I Chilling Water the Garchomp, and then I mean, he could go for Earthquake and just take you out, right? Let's see what we got. I outspeed. That's gonna, unless you have, I guess you could have Choice Scarf. Fake out on the Goodra, okay. Do you have Choice Scarf? Because if you use Earthquake, you just take out your own Incineroar. You do have Choice Scarf. You just said, I don't care. Goodra went down, but Weavile survived? Oh, you got a crit on the Goodra. Of course you did. That's not how I thought this was gonna play out. Oh, that's a problem. I need Triple Axle to connect. And then if it does, Rough Skin. I'm okay! I'm okay! You go down first! I win as a result! There might not be any Pokemon left on the field, but you went down first, that means I win! Weavile, you're the best! There are very few situations where Weavile is my last standing Pokemon, and every time, it's always super close. Golly, Weavile leading to my best matches. Good going, buddy! Oh, man. When I get that Master Ball rank, it's gonna feel, oh, so glorious. Woo-wee! Well, that got me a little more energized. It's at the cost of now making me exhausted. That's not the type of match that I need this late into the night as I do these Master Ball ranking climbs. I just want to get this over with. To get to Master Ball rank now so I don't have to think about it later, you know? Oh, he has his own Milotic. And Lucario, so neither one of them would be intimidated. He's also got Glimmora and Frostlass. And I suppose he could Mega Evolve the Lucario as well. It's just how I always start my matches. I don't have to, I should. Bring my own Milotic. Call his bluff and bring Arcanine anyway, even if he has a Milotic. Let's do it. Yeah, the only problem, Intimidate won't work on the Milotic, and it probably won't work on the Lucario. If I bring Arcanine in later and he Mega Evolves the Lucario, then I can Intimidate it. If he brings Lucario at all. And Meowscarada can get intimidated, the Armor Rouge can get intimidated, and Arcanine would also do well against the Frostlass, and frankly would do well against the Lucario otherwise. So let's give it a try. And he's thinking too, he's thinking more than me. He's seeing my own Milotic and he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. Okay. Yeah, Meganium might have been okay. I just have to be wary of both the Glimmora and the Lucario, especially Lucario if it has Bullet Punch. Oh, it's go time. We got the Legend ZA music. I'm in it to win it, baby. Frostlass and Glimmora. All right, which one do we think is Mega Evolving? He's got to be Mega Evolving one or the other, right? Or again, you can still have Lucario in the back and Mega Evolve that. Okay, well, I'm not falling for your traps. I'm going into the real Goodra. No, I'm going into Arcanine. That way, in case you have Milotic in the back, Arcanine's already on the field. All right, let's give it a try. And if you are Mega Evolving, we'll see if Bitter Malice takes you out. It didn't previous times, and it has some other times. I think if you put more of your EVs into Special Defense, you'll survive. If you don't, if you just kind of go straight for speed, then you won't. So, let's see. You're thinking about it, huh? Yeah, I know better than just straight up attack like Glimmora. I'm not putting some Toxic Spikes down. Not that it'd be a huge deal because I've got Hisuian Goodra, the real Hisuian Goodra in the back, so she wouldn't get poisoned. I'm proceeding with a little caution just in case there's a lot of switching involved. So boom. Okay. Get intimidated. That's your Mega. Alright, which means there's no Mega Lucario, still a chance of a regular Lucario. And let's see if my Bitter Malice takes you out right from the get-go, huh? Let's me see. Honestly, it's times like these where I'm glad that I have Psychic Fangs too, so I can have a super effective attack toward like Glimmora. Perfect! There you go, then that other Mega Frostlass just had EVs and Special Defense, or Nature and Special Defense, or both. Great, you're down. If you were setting up Aurora Veil, you don't get to have that. Oof, I didn't even think about that. That does not bode well for Arcanine. With that said, I think I can take you out if I double down on you right now. Between Psychic Fangs and Bitter Malice, you don't predict the Psychic Fangs. There's no way you see the Psychic Fangs coming. Plus, I brought Arcanine as coincidence. I didn't even think you're going to set up Aurora Veil. Had you set up Aurora Veil, I would just break it with Psychic Fangs anyway. So I think having Psychic Fangs is working out for me. There's my Milotic. Okay. I could switch out. Should switch out. There you go. And then we'll do... I guess I have to do Bitter Malice, right? Or I could switch. No sense in me switching. Well, Bitter Malice you. Because switching goes first. Well, I guess that doesn't matter. We'll switch out. Go into Goodra. If you're using a water move, it'll do Bubkiss. Zilch. Nada. Okay. Not quite half. It's fine. Scald, yep. I had to. So the problem is when I send Arcanine back in again, it's gonna proc your competitive ability. Oh, you got the burn, whatever. Happening onto Goodra is not a big deal. Okay, and then my special defense is dropped. Okay. So, it would be my best interest to bring in Weavile right now. Okay, leftovers, and then the burn will basically undo that. So, no worries. Does it look like I'm worried? Because I'm not. Alright, Weavile, good. A little speed demon. So you... We can now do Flash Cannon onto you. That should maybe pick up a KO. And then Fake Out onto my Milotic. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Thinking about it, huh? You don't know what to do. You realize your Milotic can't do much to Goodra, and it could do much to Weavile, but what do you got in the back? What else you got in the back, huh? You got that Armor Rouge in the back? You want to send that in? I'll fight that right now. Yeah, your team is otherwise kind of a more... Oh, that's fine. Your team is kind of a more spread out team, kind of a meta breaker team like mine. So these lead to more interesting matches, I feel. Okay. Milotic flinched. Flash Cannon to you. Does nothing, but it was a special attack, so nothing happens from your spiky shield. Yep. I'm just glad your Mega's already gone. And then your Snowstorm's gonna end soon too. You haven't really been able to capitalize off of that. I assume your Milotic's gonna have Blizzard. It's not gonna matter with my current Pokemon on the field. Okay, so we'll Flash Cannon again. And then I will Throat Chop. Let's see what we got here. Okay, Throat Chop. Decent damage. That's right, because you never got your Aurora Veil off. Ice Beam, okay. So no Blizzard, huh? No Blizzard. Okay, you can't freeze me because I'm already burned. Nah, we're good. We're good. We're fine. Goodra can take that. Isn't that right, Goodra? Good girl. Alright, let's see if that KOs. Goodra really can do it all, huh? Awesome. So who's last? It could be Arcanine. I'm sorry, not Arcanine. It could be Lucario. I don't remember what else he had. Armor Rouge? I figure it's gotta be one or the other, right? Let's see what we got. Arcanine being in the back for me is a little bit of a problem, but if I get... That is Lucario. Okay, alright. Well, my Throat Chop almost KO'd my Milotic as is, right? So why don't we just do Flamethrower, and then we'll just do... Yeah, Flamethrower onto you, and then Throat Chop onto you, and if you have Bullet Punch, then just, oh well, right? Usually Lucario does run Bullet Punch. You can run a special Lucario. I do. I even run Mega Lucario with special moves, which will hopefully further be amplified once the special Z Mega Lucario comes in. Alright, my Milotic's down. Awesome. So now I don't gotta worry about Arcanine. Let's go then. Close combat onto Goodra. Okay, which will lower your speed. Yeah, that was probably the play. Lowers your defense, special defense. You holding a white herb by any chance? Doesn't look like it, unless it goes off right now, right? Doesn't matter. Okay. Well then. Oops, sorry. Caught me mashing. Alright. Well, unless you got Earthquake, you can't hit us both. Let's see what we got. Yep, that's what I was saying. You got Inner Focus. That is the play. Okay. Well, I say we just go for it then. So, that. And then I guess it's got to be Throat Chop, right? Let's do it. Let's do... I mean, I guess I could have done Triple Axle. Same difference. You might target the Arcanine knowing that Weavile's going to have a harder time against you, so we'll just have to see how much the Throat Chop does. 59, okay. Let's see. And then, oh, Arcanine already outspeeds you. Works for me! Goodbye, Lucario! Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, Arcanine's been working out when I have brought him. Sweet. The climb continues. GG, Teddy. And my win streak continues too, so hopefully I can just get to that Master Ball rank like right after this. Whew, 3-win streak. Works for me. Yeah, I think I think if I win the next one, I get to Master Ball rank. If I lose, then I gotta win like 3 more because you get a bonus for a win streak. So, all this to say, let's just win the next one, yeah? That just makes things so much easier if I just win it. Alright, let's see what we're doing. Got it. I've seen the strategy. Okay, I know what this is. You're gonna bring Hawlucha, and you're gonna Mega Evolve it, and then you're gonna pass your No Guard ability onto Excadrill, and then you're gonna use Fissure and one-hit KO all my Pokemon. Okay, I've seen this. Also, shoutouts to you also having a Weavile. Alright, I know exactly what this is. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna bring Zoroark, I'm gonna bring Arcanine. Yeah, weird combination, but it's just to counter that strategy. And then in the back, in case you don't do that strategy, because you might not, I see it coming. I'll actually bring Weavile in the back. So this is niche. Sometimes I have Zoroark disguised as Weavile, because leading with Weavile seems obvious. You wouldn't think that it is a Zoroark. So if you go for a fighting move on it, it won't work. But let's see. If you start with Hawlucha, Excadrill, that's exact. Yep. Dude, I mean, I get it. It's a viable strategy for people that don't know better. Unfortunately for you, I know better. All right. And some Intimidate. They're both physical attackers otherwise, so that's already like a good play. All right. Check this out. So what we do is we Bitter Malice you, and then we'll also just, actually, yeah, we'll Bitter Malice you. I'm just like hesitant because like, do I want to use Focus Plus? I don't want to chance this missing. So Bitter Malice and then Flare Blitz, and I think I should outspeed if there's no Sand Stream. Oh, it's fine with me. I should outspeed if there's no Sand Stream in effect. So here we go. Double Protect. Okay, it's fine. Trying to scope stuff out. I mean, I get it. Double Protect on the first turn though. Oh, because you're probably afraid I was going to use Fake Out. I understand now. Okay. Yeah, that does shut down your whole strategy. So you probably know that this is a Zoroark now. Do you know that you're about to have your Excadrill get KO'd on the same turn? There you go. Alright. Yeah, I've seen... I know exactly what this is. Yep, and then you Mega Evolve Hawlucha. And then you use Entrainment onto Excadrill. Zoroark with Choice Scarf should still outspeed. Then the speed order should go Hawlucha, and then hopefully my Arcanine. So let's see. Boom. There you go. Nice. Attack fell. If I wanted to, I probably could have Helping Handed. Oh, even better. If I wanted to... Oh, actually... I got the speed order wrong. Okay, so you actually could have done your strategy if you wanted to, where you used Entrainment. That's not going to matter. I probably should have done Helping Hand, Bitter Malice. I guess I was afraid that you were going to have a Focus Sash. Okay, Excadrill down. There is still the chance that something else on your team could have a one-hit KO move. It's usually run Hawlucha Excadrill, because you can make Excadrill super fast with a Sandstorm. So, okay. Well, that's done. What else you got? Your Hawlucha... Oh, actually, I was able to survive that because Bitter Malice lowered your attack and I intimidated you earlier, yeah? So, cool. I'm going to switch out Zoroark in preparation of Sucker Punch. Maybe I should just own it. I mean, the only other thing I can do is Bitter Malice onto Hawlucha, right? So let's just own it. And then Flare Blitz. Or helping... Yeah. Let's do what I said earlier. Helping Hand Shadow... Or Bitter Malice onto Hawlucha. Yeah. There you go. So let's just see how much it does. Okay. So here we go. Sucker Punch. Oh, you were using Sucker Punch on Arcanine. I mean, I get it. I was about to be real nervous there for a second. Cool. So, Helping Hand only did 59%. Brave Bird, and you're going to use it onto what you believe to be a Weavile. Dude, those attack drops are ruining you. Alright. Works for me. I think the play from here, and then the recoil damage. So I think a regular Bitter Malice could KO you. So we'll do that, and then we'll Flare Blitz it. Yeah, can't get us both. You can Sucker Punch it. But then you forfeit Sucker Punching. Yeah. Perfect. And then are you using Brave Bird or Close Combat then? If you're using Brave Bird, I should be able to take it. If you're using Close Combat, I'm dead. Alright, that was the play. So be it. Okay. Well, I think I played that turn the way I was supposed to. There just wasn't much I could have done. I could have switched, I guess. I just kind of doubled down. Alright, so now we got Meganium. We'll put Weavile on the left. Okay. Here we go then. Boom. Hello, girl. And boop. Awesome. And then I think, as a precaution, we should bake out the Hawlucha. And then for this, I think the more optimal play is just the Leech Seed you. Yeah? So let's do that. Because that way, not only does it check for Sucker Punch, not that it would deal a whole lot of damage, but that way, in a moment when I KO your Mega Hawlucha, you're stuck giving me HP for the rest of the battle. Oh, okay, well, that's fine. See, you're gonna do double protect now? Yeah, so you're anticipating the fake out. That's what you were doing on the previous turn. Okay, fine. Weavile should outspeed Mega Hawlucha, I'm pretty sure. I think Weavile has 125 or 130 speed, and I think Hawlucha is 123. I think I'll go for protect just in case, and then we'll Ancient Power. This will do neutral damage. If I get the Ancient Power boost, that's awesome. Let's see. I'm fine with that. I thought maybe you were gonna use a Steel type move on me. Tyranitar. Okay, I guess I should have known that was in the back if you had Excadrill in the front. All right, so let's see where we're at. Now you could be going for Brave Bird onto my Meganium. You could even have Poison Jab. I run my Meganium with, run my Hawlucha with that. No? All right, perfect. So I play this optimally. It does mean that my Focus Sash and my Weavile is about to get broken. Hawlucha down, awesome. Okay, so that leaves Kingambit and Tyranitar. This is doable. I gotta be very careful with all of this though. Okay, so the Kingambit has Protect and Sucker Punch. He's gonna have Kowtow, Cleave, and then probably a Steel type move. So in preparation of that, why don't we Triple Axle the Tyranitar, and then Giga Drain the or Leech Seed it? Let's set up a Leech Seed. If he has a Steel type move, I think I can still take it. Let's see, so Triple Axle, so boom. That was a crit. That is a little worrisome. And that was only the first hit of Triple Axle, okay. So I'll have to get another move in there. I could probably hit with, oh, frick! I didn't even think about you having that. Great. And then what, you got Iron Head on the Kingambit? Yeah, let's see, so Leech Seed goes off. What you got on the Kingambit? I think I can take a Steel. Guillotine? Frick, I'm playing against luck here. I get it, because you could have also passed your No Guard ability onto Kingambit. Frick, though. You could still just randomly land that and I just lose, and there's nothing I can do about that. Great. Okay. Then just in case, I can try and stall it out. Maybe we go for Protect this turn. That, you could still have a Steel type move. It means you wouldn't have Kowtow Cleave. I think you do have Kowtow Cleave, so you don't have a Steel type move, so you're really gonna bank on Guillotine. Yeah, and you're protecting, fine. I gotta Leech Seed it out. If I had Weather Ball, I could KO it right now. Maybe. I don't have many EVs invested in special attack. Okay. So I have to pray that on this next turn, that I don't get hit by Guillotine. It comes down to luck. He has a 1 in 3 chance of that connecting. Or a little less than 1 in 3. It's 3 out of 10. 1 in 3 would be 33%. 3 out of 10 would be 30%. So he has 30% chance of that connecting. I just have to pray that it doesn't connect. Okay? Let's see what we got. I probably could have just done Giga Drain on the Tyranitar just to take it out. I'm more worried about the Kingambit though. I need that to be gone. So when using Ancient Power this turn, I deal some extra chip damage. Okay, if I flinch, it's whatever. I just don't want the Guillotine to connect. Okay, I didn't flinch, thankfully. Some extra chip damage, whatever. That goes a long way. It only did 9%, that goes a long way. Okay, because it paused for a second there, that means it didn't go through, because usually it starts the attack animation as soon as the text comes up. So if there's even a slight pause, it means it missed. Okay? We'll continue to stall this out. You might know I'm going for Protect and you might use a different move. Still, I think the optimal play is to go for Protect anyway, in case the Tyranitar wants to attack me. That way I'm still sapping HP with Leech Seed. Guillotine has 8 PP, I'm pretty sure. So, I can just stall it out. So how many has he used so far? 2? 2, right? So Protect, boom. Yeah, no real reason not for me to go for Protect, unless I think he's gonna, like, not Protect. Okay, Rock Slide, yeah. Okay. Another Guillotine, so that's 3. And then I sap your health, Sandstorm subsided. That's great for me. That means I'm no longer taking damage each turn, I'm only restoring it. And you can't do much about that. He's really playing that Guillotine. I really just gotta play against luck here. Now more than ever, I need luck to be on my side. This is so scary, dude. Because at any point, the game could just decide that I lose. It really is a dice roll. I can't do anything about that. I just have to pray that it doesn't connect. Okay, Rock Slide missed. Does the Guillotine miss too? Let's see, boom. I can't play for double protects. I just have to go for it. Okay, so some chip damage. Okay, and the Leech Seed is doing how much? So that'll do 24%. If he's down, oh my god, okay, all right. If he's down to 11% after this turn, I can just protect on the next turn, and then Kingamit's just dead. Golly, man, exactly 12? Then I don't know for certain that the Leech Seed KOs him this next turn. Still, probably best to go for protect anyway. Right, he's used Guillotine 4 times now. Oh my god. Who's to say that on one of those turns where I didn't use protect that the Guillotine wouldn't have connected, you know? Let's go for it. That's why I run a bulky Meganium. Maybe this match could have been... Okay, he went for Sucker Punch this turn. Fine. Rock Slide, fine. So the Tyranitar doesn't have Ice Fang, it seems. Let's see. Does that KO it? Please tell me it does. Please tell me the chip damage mattered. Oh my god, dude! Oh my god! Okay. Then the only thing to do is Giga Drain the Kingambit, because I'm faster than it, right? Yeah, you can't do anything. You can go for Sucker Punch. We'll see what the Tyranitar does. Right, did the Tyranitar outspeed me? I think it did. So I better not flinch. Okay, Sucker Punch. That means he's not going for Guillotine, which is fine with me. That was a crit? Golly. Well, no, that means no matter what, after this turn, the Leech Seed takes his health away. So I'm fine on that front. Oof. Okay. So I'll take that 1 HP, thank you. Was it literally 1 HP? Let's see. Okay, so 61, yeah. I mean, it could have been 4 HP or less, because I take a quarter of what I've sapped, right? Okay, no, I don't restore health this turn. As a precaution, maybe I should still do Protect. And then his Rock Slide, I think I barely survive. I have to pray that I don't flinch now. Yeah, I went for Giga Drain on the Kingambit because I figured I would outspeed it. And now I'm at another luck standstill. If you flinch, you win. If you don't flinch, I win. Let's go. Okay, let's see what we got. Best case scenario, you miss. Yeah, you're not on Rock Slides yet, that's for sure. You have to go for Rock Slide, right? If you use a Dark type move, you don't KO. You don't have Ice Fang. He missed! I win! Yeah! And I won with Mega Mom! I won with the Mega Mom! Oh, I couldn't think of a more just full circle conclusion. My favorite Pokemon was Bailey if I evolved her into Meganium. I'm utilizing her Mega form in this new era, and I'm about to get to Master Ball rank because of her. Oh my god, those guillotines were scary though. Crazy. That should be enough, right? Perfect! I am now a Master Ball rank trainer in both the singles category and the doubles category, and I feel as though I earned it. Yes, my teams leave a lot to be desired. Yes, there's a lot of areas in which I can improve. I'm just glad that I was able to finally do it! Boom, baby! Now, Master Ball rank is obviously not the highest tier. There's also Master Ball rank 1, and there's also a Champions tier, and I will strive for that at other times. For now, what do you say we go ahead and bask in this glorious screen of being Master Ball rank in both? Yes, doubles was certainly a lot more difficult. A lot more difficult. And I did it! And it was cool, I got to see different strategies, and I got to do it with Mega Meganium! And Arcanine got to put in some work too. Really though, the MVPs were Weavile, Zoroark, and Goodra. For sure. Still, I'm glad that each of my Pokemon got a chance to have a shot at battling. That really made things come full circle. So, this is my singles ranking, right? Oh, I can just like see your stuff. That's cool. That's actually not what I was trying to do, but that's cool. I haven't really looked at this screen all that much. So it shows the top 300. One day I hope to be in the top 300, if even for a moment, just to prove that I did it. To prove that I can do it using my favorite Pokemon and coming up with team compositions with each of them. All right, there, that's the screen I was looking for, the statistics. All right, so it took 62 matches for me to get to doubles masters. It did not take me 77 matches to get to singles masters. I've done a few matches since then for the sake of footage. 62 matches is what it took me to get to doubles. I would go on win streaks and just horrendous lose streaks. And I needed a win streak to finally get to the top. I think you have to get a win streak. I think you have to win twice in a row to actually climb all the way up. All right, folks, I've now climbed my way up the ladder into the Master Ball ranking for both singles and doubles ranked matches, and it feels great. Of course, this is not where my journey ends. This is not the end of my Pokemon BATAW series. There are further ranks to climb, and even so, the rankings reset at the end of each season anyway, so in due time, I'll have to do it all again. And hopefully, at that time, I'll have fresh, new strategies that I can test. For now, I primarily wanted to prove that I can do it, that I'm capable of being a Master Ball ranked trainer, and done it I have, and Master Ball ranked trainer I am. And speaking of fresh strategies, I think that up next, now that I'm in Master Ball rank, I want to try running a few more quirky strategies, a few more niche Pokemon. I want to see what sticks, you know? Give other Pokemon a chance, because I have other Pokemon in my bubble that are available in this game. Let's see what strategies that I can create with them. Much like how I gave Hisuian Arcanine a chance here, I want to see if I can have similar positive results with some of my lesser used Pokemon. We'll see. For now, that wraps up this video of Pokemon BATAW, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos, and I hope to keep climbing the ranks as I one day become a Pokemon champion. Bye-bye, humans. Whoosh! And so, we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please click on the like button or leave a comment. Either of those actions would really help me out. And hey, in case you didn't know, I have another channel called my Blue channel where I frequently post editorial and discussion type videos. You can head over there by clicking on the video icon in the lower right corner. So if you wish to watch something a little more relaxing or just need some more background noise, please consider checking it out. Either way, thank you so much for watching.